Nobody can say anything bad about a Cheesecake Factory, okay? Even the Cheesecake Factory was like, what? Wait, huh? Because remember, at one point, everybody was at the Cheesecake Factory. It was the popping place. But y'all know black folks like trends, right? It's like going to Cheesecake Factory is like wearing a Fat Farm shirt. It's just a little played out. Something wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. You're like, you know what? I feel like eat some cheesecake. You're like, what's up, boo? Let's go get some cheesecake. It's like one of those things you have a taste for. But if you live somewhere, let's assume they're in Atlanta, because she kind of looks Atlanta like. There's so many places that you can choose from with the same with the same price range, with a different ambiance that's different. It's kind of like going to Mexico and getting Taco Bell. It's like, why would you do that? Just go to you get the same thing. It was just not a lot of thought. But it's like Cheesecake Factory is like so commercial, put it that way. I don't think anything's wrong with Red Lobster. It's just so like my grandmother with the Red Lobster.
Yeah, back in the day, Red Lobster was a spot. If your man took you to Red Lobster.
You know how black folks like trends? I think it's just played out. I know she was looking at it differently, but I'm talking about not that woman, but I'm talking about that list that people put out. I think when you live somewhere like Houston, you live somewhere like Atlanta, you live somewhere like New York, it's so many creative places you can go.
And you got the list?
No, would you even pull it up though? It was like Red Lobster, Applebee's,
Chili's.
Yeah. So I would say if you are a man and you are dating, right? I would just go to a nice restaurant. Like if you're driving by and you see something that looks, odd, something new, especially in Atlanta, just go in there, see if you like the ambiance, and just stick with that same one, especially if you're dating often like different people. And that way the scene, everything. You don't have to think anything of it. But it's just like, it's like a missed opportunity. Like, because Cheesecake Factory is like no thought into it. It's like Cheesecake Factory, because it's always a line out there. So people love the Cheesecake Factory. It's not like it's super cheap, because it's not. So I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's just played out. Maybe that's where she's coming from. I wouldn't care, but I think that's what it is.
Like I had said previously, I think it had everything to do with your flex. Like I think how I said previously is that I think now dating is really not about the purpose of dating, which is to get to know the person, things like that. I think now it's about like what you're saying, the ambiance, the idea, the pomp and circumstance of dating. So she could get to a fancy restaurant, take pictures of the food, do all of that kind of stuff, and not really know about the person. Because if your goal is to truly know about the person, then it really doesn't matter where you're at, especially if you're into them, because your focus is going to be on that person and trying to get to know them. You're not going to be worried about the food.
Right. Because if I liked him, he take me to Cheesecake Factory, I might be like, you know what? I mean, I am at the Cheesecake Factory, but I'm gonna teach him a little something. He just don't know no better, but we're going to get through this together.
All right, ladies.
You were,
the
if
list
you like
is the list. I just lost it. There we go. The list is Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, your house, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church, Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc. Somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, bar for just drinks, Waffle House, and sporting events. Keep your ass at home then.
The only one,
like everything.
The only one is Waffle House for me. Like, I think that's probably the like when I first moved here from New York. So New York, well, we don't have a Waffle House, but it's IHOP for us, right? So when I came down here, I'm like, Waffle House? Like, we didn't eat there for years. I don't think my husband still, because the one time we tried to go, when we were walking up to the door, we saw a used condom. Like, and we was like,
that's one time.
So we had never. So we was like,
get it in, boy, before you eat them waffles.
But you know who had me taste something from Waffle House was your son,
Jamal.
Yep. He had me taste something from Waffle House. We were sitting in the eye doctor's, and we was there for a while. He was like, "Can I just go run and grab something to eat?" He came back with a Texas bacon cheese sandwich. I was like, "Break me off a piece of that." And ever since I tasted that, that was what sparked me to let me go to Waffle House. And that's the only thing I've ever ordered from Waffle House was that one thing.
You know what's so funny? I think bowling is, I would love to go on a bowling date, but I'm also a coffee person. Like I'll walk y'all. I'm going to give y'all some great dating advice in a few seconds. Go ahead, Enos. I saw you take your mute off.
Thanks. So on that list, there's really only 3 things that I like are a firm no-go for me. Your house, which is also like the Netflix and chill, right? We're going to categorize those 2 the same. Family functions, because I don't know you like that. And then fast food chains, like the McDonald's, Burger Kings, Chick-fil-A's, that kind of stuff. Now, unless we're taking that to go to a picnic, but to sit down and have our date there, it feels... I would rather you take me on a coffee date than a fast food joint. I don't know what it is about that ambiance that feels a little insulting. But if it's budget, coffee is cheaper and we'll have a better time. But the fast food, I don't know. I just have a really hard time with that.
Can't knock the Dairy
I agree.
the what is it? The Dairy Queen ice cream though.
So
ice cream is fine, but if you give me the McDonald's for a sit-down meal, I don't know.
We have Dairy Queens here.
Yo, just
somebody said movies is a hard no. I love the movie.
I'm a movie, but I think it's just your taste. I like movies. Like if I tell you there's a movie I want to see, and you like, oh, let's go see it. I'm like, I'm down because it's something you heard me say I wanted to do.
Yeah, but on a first date.
Listen, Listen. Okay, so yes, if I've already met him. Like, so first date could be different things. It could be I met a dude in a store and I've met him. We've talked on the phone, first date. Or now if it's our initial contact, I think I personally don't even think you should be sitting whining and dining with somebody. Because first of all, I'm not giving my nights up to nobody I don't know. I ain't never met before in person. What if I get there and I'm like, I'm stuck with this dude for 2 hours eating? No. It's not gonna happen. I'd rather meet you somehow, whether that be at a park, something. You ain't gotta spend no money. Let me just meet you. Make sure I'm not getting catfished. Make sure there's an attract, and then we can make a dinner date. And you don't have to spend no money. How about that? It was free of charge.
I think that's why coffee is the most logical thing, because you actually, so the movie, you can't talk to somebody because you sitting there silent for 2-3 hours.
Well, it's just not the movies. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking it wrong. Maybe like a dinner and a movie.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, to y'all initial point,
it gives you something to talk about, especially if you're not needing something to talk about. So you watch the movie and then you talk about the movie, which can lead to a deeper conversation.
Do y'all want to know my best date? My first date, my best first date.
You ain't get shot.
Is this with the person who you're with now?
No.
Okay.
He knows it. I told him.
Okay, my bad.
What's this happening now? This one, it didn't go. It didn't even go any further. Like we were friends. It just wasn't. But it was a great first date. Listen, y'all. We were friends, mutual. We had mutual friends and everything. So we have a background there. And he listened to me speak. And one of the things I told him was I like massages, right? He had his and her massages set up. It was like a surprise. He's like, oh, let me show you something. I walked in and it was like they had the tables out. And I was like, he listened to what I had to say. First date.
Did it end happily?
What you mean? I was happy and relaxed. Did you mean I had sex with him on the first date? I've never had sex with anybody on the first date.
Oh, I was asking about ending happy. That's it.
No. I was pleasantly pleased. No.
I'm feeling silly tonight. So are
you implying that I should give it up for a massage? Stop.
No. So no, the joke is a happy ending is when you go to a massage and then they get you off. So it was a joke about it. It wasn't that you was gonna give it up to him. It's about massaging.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was a very
I think
nice
the
day.
family function situation is probably the most squirrely. I think everything else is debatable.